The challenge our industry faces is we all believe we give great service, and somehow, because we have satisfied clients, we have a business that's substantial and sustainable. But the truth is this, a satisfied client is loyalty neutral. The reality is that satisfied clients are leaving firms every day. They're moving their money from this firm to a Merrill Lynch or a Morgan Stanley, and the guy at Merrill's going to Morgan, and the Morgan's guy is going to AG, and money's moving everywhere because people are satisfied. But here's what a satisfied client says. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my advisor. I'm happy with my financial rep. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. Northwestern's doing a good job. I mean, I hear from them every now and then. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied, but I'm always open. If you hear of anything, I'd love to, I don't want to be left out. There's the doorway and crack of opportunity. Because many, many people are shifting their money around. I will tell you from our coaching experience, about 50 to 55% of most of you getting in front of somebody, they will probably do business with you. That's sort of the national average, even at MDRT. 55% of the time you get in front of a qualified person, you close the business. Agreed? I mean, that's about right. The problem is the teams that we're working with, they're getting about 71% closing ratio. Now, it's not because we're working with them. Don't misunderstand. Their sales skills haven't gotten that better, much better. Certainly their platform hasn't changed. What's happening is there's so much, hear this, there is so much pent-up demand out there to move your money. People want to find somebody that can help them, that when you do get in front of the right people, they want to move their money because they're interested in moving forward. They realize the guy that took them down or the gal that took them down will never get them whole. They're still going to give them lousy service. They're still not going to be in touch. So what they're saying is if I can find somebody who has my best interest at heart, that'll clearly communicate with me, that'll be transparent, I'll move my money. And that's exactly what's going on in the industry. I will tell you, I have never seen it this good. Never have I seen it this good. I have never seen I have a team last year, took in 17, hear this number, $50 million accounts. Yes, they were a $5 billion team we started with, but you think about being up $1.2 billion in 1 year. How does that happen? It happens because people are fed up and they're looking for somebody like you. And we got to get out of the offices and get out there in the marketplace so people really see we are proactive. We're not about making them satisfied. We want to turn them into delighted advocates. Because you see, this is our formula, product, service. So let me just say, what does this stand for? You want to write this? It stands for product or platform. That's another one we use a lot. And then we say we give good service, which I find not only arrogant but ridiculous in this market. I mean, good golly, think about it. If you will hold a Home Depot and you buy a screwdriver for $9 and you go home and it doesn't work, you take it back, you get service. You go to McDonald's and the French fries are cold, you just go back in the door and they service you. I buy a $1 million life insurance policy from you and you say, well, in addition to that, we'll give you good service. My thinking is, gosh, I don't have to spend any money at a retail store and I get good service. I would expect at the very least if you and I do business, you'd give me good service. And this is why the industry's gotten so commoditized, because everybody said we got great platform, good product, we give good service, great service, exceptional service, dynamite, we give good service. The bottom line is, as the affluent consumer, I can tell you now that those of us in this space, we expect this. It does not set you apart. What sets you apart is an exceptional, and we're about out of ink here, exceptional what? Exceptional service. That's what elevates the whole performance. Is exceptional service, exceptional experience, moving us to a whole nother level. So you got a great product, you got a great platform, you give good service, but it's elevating the experience for us. This elevation of experience, catch the T, is what transforms the relationship. Now I am no longer a satisfied client. Hear this, I am a delighted advocate. And if I'm a delighted advocate, I don't care what I got to pay you. I'm staying with you. Because you're the only person in town that has my best interest at heart, and you're connected to me at a whole other level, and you can drive me forward in my life. You can make my goals and dreams and aspirations a reality because you understand the psychology about what's behind my decision making, and you're elevating the experience. And we see it over and over again. Elevate the experience. If you're in a building with an elevator, do you walk your clients to the elevator? Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Wilson, for coming. Or you to get on the elevator and ride down to the lobby. Let me tell you something. We will tell you things in that elevator we're never going to tell you in your office. Most of us are intimidated in these offices. You have all the financial expertise. We don't. You have the ability to explain. We have a hard time even understanding your best explanation. Your depth of knowledge is daunting to us. The truth of the matter is, get on the elevator, ride down the elevator. I will connect you at a whole different level. The young lady, she's on a Barron's list. She happens to be the top woman in her firm, happens to be a wirehouse. She's in Dallas, Texas. She got it, and I was there and speaking, and I encouraged her to get on the elevator and ride down with her clients. She said, Richard, I'm busy. I said, so in other words, you're so busy running it, you don't have time to grow it? And she gave me one of those looks like, if you ever say that again. So I got on the elevator. She said, I went out to the elevator with Mr. Tough and Crusty, she called him. Client for 20 years. She's been in the business 22. She said, Richard, I got on the elevator, rode down 23 stories in the Galleria, asked him 3 or 4 nice questions on the way down, like, what are you doing and how's your family? And he grunted, which is all he ever does anyway. She said, we got down to the lobby, he opened up the door onto the plaza. I stepped out and I said, well, thank you for coming. He took a hold of my hand, put his head against the wall, and began to sob. And he said, I could never tell you this in your office. I'm so intimidated, but I can't thank you and your firm enough for what you've done with me and for me in the last 20 years. I'm a wildcatter. I have an 8th grade education. I'm so intimidated. He said, I'll do anything to help you grow your business, anything. He said, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. There are thousands of them out there. I was just in an office recently in a major city, got on an elevator with a wholesaler riding down. A woman got on that elevator. The advisor said, see ya. The woman got on by herself. We started writing down. And of course, I talked to everybody. And I said, well, hi, how was your meeting? She broke into tears. She said, my husband died 8 months ago. This guy keeps telling me everything's all right, but I don't understand anything. And I can never really talk to him, but I don't. And we got down to the lobby. And I stayed with her, and the wholesaler got back up to go find this advisor to bring him down. And the advisor comes out and says, oh, what's wrong with you? And my immediate thought was, no, friend, you don't get it, pal. It's what's wrong with you. Get on the elevator and ride down with this woman. Connect at a different level. Have an opportunity to really let them relax. Walk them down to the car park. Or like my kid in Laguna Hills, California, who had a couple come in with $250,000 CD that he was going to review. How do you do a review on a CD? Not really sure. But he did it. He did it because it was his mom's friends. And he's on the 3rd story of a building in Laguna Hills, California. So he goes out, he's a young guy, 3rd year in a business, rides down the elevator and walks him out to their car. They get to the car, he opens the car door, she puts her hand on her husband and said, honey, let's give him the $7 million we got to. He's the only one that cares about us. What a prospecting tool. Are you elevating the experience? If I come to your office, you're going to give it to me in styrofoam, are you? Nothing like getting, if it looks like styrofoam, it's probably styrofoam. I was in an office recently, a guy said, would you like a Coke? I said, yeah. He wiped off the can on his shirt and said, here you go. It's like, gosh, thanks. And he went, ooh, look at the stuff on my shirt. Apparently I should have licked it off the can. Or like my guys in Montana, they're in Bozeman, they put in China cups and saucers. They argued with me. We're coaching them. They said, Richard, that's ridiculous. Our guys like mugs. They're ranchers. Straight, don't you get this market? I said, well, yeah, I'm in the cattle business in Nebraska. I understand ranchers. I got lots of them as clients out there. I said, but the bottom line is elevate the experience in Bozeman, Montana. They said, it's ridiculous. 2 weeks later in a call, he said, well, you're right. Once again, I spent $100 on China cups and saucers, thought it was the dumbest investment I ever made. He said, my guys come in, and I was right. Their thumbs are too big to go through those little handles. He said, they're drinking on them like they're mugs. He said, of course, they're telling everybody to get the most sophisticated financial advisors in the state of Montana, which I suppose would be like good for anybody's business. All I'm suggesting to you is let's elevate the experience. Marriott struggling, who's winning? Who's winning? Ritz-Carlton. Boy, they elevate the experience, they elevate the experience, they elevate the experience. If you elevate the experience, you win business. If you just give me good service, I'm gone. Elevate